Are they following us? Beep. We may have run into some trouble. Whatever you do, Beep, don't move. Beep! Superhot VR review for PlayStation VR. Let's begin. First, let's take a look at the gameplay. This is a first-person shooter game with a twist. Time only moves when you move. This allows you to observe the situation you're placed in before taking any action. Everything you can interact with is coloured black, which makes it very easy to pick up and play this game. Over the course of the campaign, you can grab many different objects that you can use as a weapon. These include bottles, axes, frying pans, and of course guns. Unlike the previous games in this series, you cannot move and are stuck to one position. That doesn't mean you won't break a sweat in the real world though, as you will be dodging left and right and even ducking under threats that are heading your way. When ducking, it is quite amazing how low you can actually get. At some points I was kneeling on the floor so that my whole body was completely concealed behind some cover. When you are not holding anything, you can clench your fist with the T button. This allows you to punch close enemies. You pick up objects in the world also with the T button. If you're holding a weapon, you press the T button to fire it. All the objects that you can hold can also be dropped and also thrown. To throw an object, you hold the move button down and then release it. It takes a little practice, but after a while you'll be hitting quite far away enemies with no problem at all. There are so many interactions that work flawlessly in this game. You can grab falling guns in mid-air and then shoot back at your enemy. You can deflect bullets coming towards you with the side of a gun. This also works with other objects. And finally, you can snatch a gun from an enemy just before he is about to press the trigger. This really made me feel like an action film hero, and I had a little chuckle each time I performed it. The levels are set up like this. You kill a certain amount of enemies from one location in an environment, and then you are teleported to another location to kill some more. This continues until you get the title of the game pop up. When this happens, the game saves. If you get hit by anything, even once, it's game over, and you have to begin from the first location in the environment. It never got too tedious though, as they can be completed quite quickly, and you can spice up the gameplay by beating the level again in a different way. The respawn time is very short too, so you'll be back in the action in no time at all. The only thing that I did find annoying is that in the later levels, you are more likely to run out of guns and objects to attack with if you miss your target a few times. When this happens, you have to wait for the enemy to get close to you before you can kill them and move on. You unlock an ability that does speed up the process of killing the remaining enemies, but to me it felt like cheating. It also had a recharge timer, and can only kill one enemy at a time, so if you have two enemies left that are far away, you could be left waiting for a while. Sometimes when you make it through a segment of levels, you are taken to your computer room. When you want to continue the campaign, you simply pop a floppy disk in a computer and place a helmet on your head. Now let's take a look at how immersive this world is. The art style is very simple, but it is great for this type of game. It makes learning each level's layout hassle-free. Red is a threat, and black is an interactable object. The depth on faraway objects can look a bit blurry, but it isn't as bad as other PSVR titles. I think the colour scheme is responsible for this. The depth on the bullets coming towards you is incredible, and they look amazing as they fly past your head. You really are in the centre of a Matrix movie. Many times when I did get shot, it did make me jump, especially when I turned to see a bullet right in my face. When you get into a fist fight, you always know when to dodge and punch back. You know exactly where the enemy's punch is going to land in the virtual environment, and punching back is just as easy. Some objects will shatter when a bullet impacts them. It really is a fantastic moment watching all the pieces fly in different directions. It's especially epic when you have just shielded yourself from a bullet that was coming towards you. It's visually amazing in VR. There isn't any music in the levels that cheers you on. It wasn't a problem for me though, as most of the time I was humming my own action music. What you will hear in the levels when you move is a wind sound. This informs you that time is currently moving. You should really wear headphones for most VR titles for the added immersion. In this game it really is a must, as obviously it will let you know when time is moving around you, and it will also help you to react and locate where guns have just been fired from. Now we take a look at the setup and what controllers are supported by the game. This game is intended to be played in a standing position. You really do want as much room as possible to play this title, and it is best to follow the official PlayStation guide when setting up your VR system. As you're always standing in one place in the game, it shouldn't give you motion sickness. The DualShock controller is not supported, and the game requires you to have 2 Move controllers to play. The tracking is great when visible by the PlayStation camera, and you soon feel comfortable having a new pair of hands. Grabbing objects is easy and fluid, and you also get used to how to dodge very quickly, as the head tracking is spot on. As you are moved from one position to another in the game, you can lose track of where the PlayStation camera is positioned, resulting in the headset and motion controllers not being visible by the PlayStation camera. It didn't happen too much and wasn't a deal breaker for me, but it's still worth mentioning. Now let's take a look at how long it takes to complete the game and what trophies come with it. I finished the game in around 2.5 hours, but when you complete it, you gain access to new game modes that will increase your gameplay time. These include speedruns, a hardcore mode, a headshot only mode, a don't die mode, and an endless mode that has 5 environments you can try to stay alive in. These are all great challenges that will really test your skills. If you want some incentive to replay the game, then you may want to take a look at the trophies. There is a total of 26 trophies to achieve. There is 12 bronze, 6 silver, 7 gold, and 1 platinum. When you achieve some trophies, a sticky note will appear in the world that informs you. They will also appear in your computer room. I think it's a cool little feature for trophy hunters, and I really hope we see something similar in future games. And now it's time for the verdict. All the gameplay elements combine to make a truly unique game that every PlayStation VR owner should try, and because of the short nature of the levels, it's a great title to take turns on with your friends. The price is quite steep for the amount of hours it will take you to complete the campaign, but if you don't mind paying the admission price, what you will get is one of the most thrilling action games currently available for the PlayStation VR. The whole time I was playing I felt like an action hero in a film, even though there wasn't an amazing storyline. It is quite a physically demanding game, but it's so much fun, I found myself continuing even when my body started to ache. To put it simply, you won't find another title on the PlayStation VR quite like this one yet. Beep, your input? Say something then, Beep. This must be a good game then. I like to think that the first wave of experimental PSVR titles are coming to an end, and we are now in the second wave where developers have become more confident in creating VR experiences. This game certainly backs up that claim. If we get more experiences as solid and as fun as this one from now on, we truly are going to be a happy bunch of VR gamers. I give Superhot a score of 9 out of 10. Whatever you do, Beep, don't move. Beep!
Super hot.
If this review helped you in any way, please hit that like button, and also subscribe for more in-depth PlayStation VR game reviews.